Pediatric Cardiac Conference here in Fiji, and it's the first for Fiji and the Pacific. We have world-renowned speakers who have come from 8 different countries, so from around the world, talking about pediatric cardiac care in Fiji and the Pacific. Exciting because they're very esteemed people and they're recognized in their field, and so it's a wonderful opportunity for our local doctors, nurses and medical professionals to gain a lot of knowledge from this pediatric cardiac conference. So as you may know, in Fiji about 200 children are born every year with congenital heart disease, and the South Pacific Islands, that's about 2,500 children being born every year. But that is looking at the 1% statistic that WHO says, that 1% of all children born are born with congenital heart disease. But as we are seeing in our screening center, and also my colleague Dr. Sean Setti has mentioned, the actual figures in the developing world could be between 4 to 6%. So the numbers are much higher. And the burden of pediatric cardiac care, the burden of congenital heart disease is actually quite high in Fiji and in the Pacific Islands. What we also know is that the mortality rate is high, which means, if you don't operate, many of these children will not live to see their first birthday. But really, I think the landscape is changing now here in Fiji and the Pacific. Our Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Children's Heart Hospital opened last April. We will be celebrating our first anniversary tomorrow. And it's a wonderful time now to create even more awareness. As you know, the hospital provides free surgeries for children with congenital heart disease, not just in Fiji here, but also for children from the Pacific Islands. And from the 17th of April to the 24th of April, we had surgeries that were conducted by a team of medical professionals from the United States, Australia, New Zealand, Oman, and they performed 25 life-saving surgeries in children. 9 children out of those children were actually from the Solomon Islands, and there are 4 children from the Kiribati. So Sanjeevani is actually reaching beyond the borders, and we've reached out to the Pacific, and as we go along through the year, we'll have more children coming from other Pacific islands. So I would say that certainly there is hope. There's much more hope now than there was before for children with cardiac issues here in Fiji and the Pacific. We know that if you operate on these children, you give them a new gift of life. And for a lot of the surgeries, one surgery will really fix them for life. So I would say that this conference, this Global Pediatric Cardiac Conference that's been hosted by Sai Prema Foundation and the Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Children's Hospital, is an incredible platform to create further awareness of this very important topic of pediatric cardiac care and congenital heart disease.
Thank you, ma'am.